Hi, I'm Charlie, and I am a Collin County Master Gardener. I'm so glad I'm able to be here and join you today and share my knowledge regarding warm season vegetable gardening. I've been doing this since 2010, and what we do is our job is to educate our community and do a reach out program. We also research everything, and it is earth kind principles that we talk about. So I want to go over a few things that are very important for a successful warm season garden. We're in Zone 8 in Collin County, and why this is important is because all parts of the country have different types of weather, extreme weathers, mild weather, tropical weather, so that's important in what you select for your plants. The average first frost is November 15th, and the average last frost is March 15th in Collin County. That's important in growing warm season vegetables because you want your soil to be a minimum of 65 degrees to 70 degrees. What you can do is take a thermometer, stick it in the ground, wait just a couple of minutes, go back and read the temperature. So if it's 65 degrees or above, then you're ready to start your warm season vegetable garden. I want you to follow some gardening guidelines that are very important in a successful garden. First, plan your garden. Select your site, and keep in mind when selecting your site, you want to have a minimum of 8 hours of full sun for vegetables. You want to know what size do you want. If I were you and a beginner, I'd start small. You can always add later. Choose your plant selection. Prepare your soil with compost and mulch in your garden. I'm going to go over a list of vegetables that grow very well here. Now keep in mind, there are different varieties, and we have on our websites what the best varieties are in North Texas and in our area, so I'll give that towards the end of the video. So the first thing, beans. Beans are, everybody loves beans, and there are two types. There's a bush bean and a pole bean. Now your bush bean, actually they're really pretty, the blooms are beautiful. And you plant the seeds in 1 inch deep, about 1 inch to 2 inches apart. Then you'll thin them, the plants, between 3 to 4 inches apart. They grow to be about 1 to 2 feet high and 1 to 2 feet wide. So they're very small and produce within about 60 days. Pole bean plants are planted in hills 3 feet apart. They also, pole beans also need to have a 6 to 8 foot pole or a stake for support of the beans. And you can harvest your green beans in about 60 days as well, and the size of them are about the size of a small pencil. Cucumbers. They're grown for eating fresh or preserving as pickles. They grow quickly, however, they do take up a lot of space. If you cage them or trellis them, that works just fine and will help with that. Now the male flower on a cucumber drops, and the female flower forms the cucumber. Harvest cucumbers, they are your desired size. Don't wait until they're yellow, because then they become strong in flavor and very bitter. Eggplants. I recommend doing transplants. However, you can direct seed your eggplants. But I would recommend, if you're a beginner, to start with your transplants, and you can buy those at your local garden centers. You can harvest the fruit when it's about 1/3 to full size. If you wait too long, it becomes dull, and they should be shiny, and a rule of thumb is press the side of the fruit with your thumbnail, and the indentation stays, then it's ready for it to be picked. Okra. Okra will produce large flowers in about 2 months after planting. Now the okra pods will be ready after that bloom, after it flowers, in 3 to 4 days later. Harvest the pods when they're about 3 to 4 inches. Pick every 1 or 2 days, and then they'll keep producing. If the pods get to be too big and too mature, they can be dried and remove the seeds and use them for the next year for your garden. Peppers. There's a couple of types of peppers. There are hot peppers. We call them jalapenos and cayenne. Now there's also sweet peppers like your bell peppers, and there's many varieties and colors. Pick the pepper as they mature. The yields will be greater as you pick them. And when they become shiny, firm, and dark green, that's when you want to harvest. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are probably the most popular garden vegetable in Texas. You only need a few plants. Plant 2 to 4 feet apart for stake or cage tomatoes. Plant those 3 feet apart. When harvesting, pick tomatoes at full color. Now, if you pick them when they're pink, let them store at room temperature. Then they may be stored in the refrigerator when it's reached its full color. The last one is zucchini. Now, zucchini and squash, you'll want to plant squash in the hills, 18 to 48 inches apart. Plant 5 or 6 seeds, and then thin them out on the mound to just 3 plants per mound. Squash is a very popular warm season garden vegetable, and it takes up a lot of space. They are very prolific producers, however. Always harvest mature squash so that the plant will keep producing. So this is the end of the talk on vegetables. One of the things that I'd like to share with you that I think is important is, gardening is a lot of fun. The thing I love about it is you share your seeds. When you have leftover seeds, you share them with your friends or family. Another thing is you share your harvest, which is wonderful, and there's nothing more satisfying to me than to have something that you pull out of your garden and you fix it that evening. You can freeze, can, eat it day by day. It's just a wonderful experience, and it's so relaxing. I've enjoyed doing this talk today. I'm so glad you're a part of this, and we got to reach out to you and get to know you, and hopefully you'll have a successful garden. And at the end of this video, you're going to find some very good resources and also research based through Texas A&M. Thank you, and I hope you have a happy garden.